Okay, let's talk about one specific year, 2025. And I don't just mean another flip of the calendar. We're looking at it as a genuine historical inflection point. See, this is the moment where a whole bunch of foundational technologies, things that have been in the works for decades, aren't just getting good. They're all maturing and converging at the exact same time.
You know, it's kind of funny. While we've all been busy with our day-to-day, scrolling through our feeds, a series of profound, world-altering revolutions have been quietly hitting their stride. And now, they've reached a tipping point. The future isn't coming anymore. It's here. And the story of our species is being rewritten literally as we speak.
So here's the crucial part to get. We're not just looking at a few random breakthroughs here and there. No, this is an interconnected cascade of progress, a total convergence of revolutions in the three areas that basically define our entire existence: our biology, our intelligence, and our energy.
So first up, let's get personal. I mean, really personal. The revolution that's happening inside our own bodies. We are moving so fast from a world where we just sort of discover biology to one where we actively engineer it. Think about it like this. The human body itself is becoming upgradable hardware.
And this is the new toolkit we're using to do it. You've got CRISPR, which is basically like a find and replace function for our DNA, letting us edit out diseases. We have AI that can diagnose illnesses with, frankly, superhuman accuracy. We are literally printing living organs layer by layer and reprogramming cells to do what we want. I mean, each one of these is a revolution in its own right. And all of this adds up to a fundamental shift in how we think about medicine. We are leaving behind reactive medicine, waiting until you get sick and then trying to fix it, and we're entering the age of truly predictive medicine. Just imagine an AI that's constantly monitoring your health data, flagging a potential heart attack weeks before it happens, or spotting the earliest signs of cancer years before any doctor could.
And listen, this isn't some far-off sci-fi dream. It's happening right now. Companies like Path AI and Tempus are already using systems that are turning medical diagnosis into a near-perfect science. We're talking about AI models that scan samples with over 99% accuracy, catching tiny details that the human eye was never evolved to see.
This new way of thinking completely reframes aging itself, not as some unavoidable fate, but as an engineering problem that we can actually solve. And here's a great way to think about it. Longevity is becoming a software update for the human body. We're moving past just hoping for the best and into a world where we can manage it, just like updating the software on your phone.
All right, so if we're upgrading our bodies, what's next? Well, our second revolution builds right on top of the first. We go from upgrading the body to augmenting the mind. Brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs, are leaping out of science fiction and into the real world, creating a direct highway between human thought and the digital realm.
And you've got these major players, Neuralink, Synchron, BlackRock Neurotech. They're all pushing this frontier forward at incredible speed. For years, this tech was stuck in the lab. But right now, in 2025, they're starting to install these next-gen devices in human patients at a scale we've never seen before. We're going from helping just a few people to potentially helping thousands.
And the results? They're absolutely staggering. We're seeing people who are paralyzed send tweets just by thinking. Patients who lost their voice to ALS are speaking again, using synthetic voices that are generated directly from their own brain patterns. Your thoughts are no longer trapped inside your skull, they're becoming commands that can shape the world. That boundary between your mind and the machine, it's dissolving.
And that brings us right to our third revolution. Because as we are merging with machines, the machines themselves are also having a major evolution. We're stepping into the age of autonomy, where AI is no longer just a passive tool that we command. It's becoming an active partner that actually gets things done for us.
The key phrase you got to know here is agentic AI. Now, forget your basic chatbots. An AI agent is a totally independent entity. You can give it a really complex goal, something like, hey, plan and book my entire 2-week vacation to Italy, and it just goes and figures it out. It books the flights, finds the hotels, and even builds you a custom itinerary, all on its own.
So this is a huge shift in how we work with artificial intelligence. We are moving out of the era of prompting, where we had to basically hold the AI's hand and give it step-by-step instructions, and we're moving into the era of delegation. You don't have to tell it how to book your trip anymore. You just tell it to book the trip. AI is going from just answering our questions to actually taking action.
So how do they actually do it? Well, these agents run on a kind of reasoning loop. They get a high-level goal from you, then they break that goal down into a plan.
They figure out what tools they need, apps, websites, code interpreters, and they go use them. They execute the plan. And this part is absolutely crucial. They reflect on what they did, learn from any mistakes, and get smarter for next time. They think, they act, and they learn.
Okay, but for any of this to happen at scale, I mean, a future filled with AI, advanced robotics, and biological engineering, you need an absolutely epic amount of energy. And that brings us to our fourth and final revolution. This is the big one, the foundational breakthrough that powers all the others, the dawn of commercial fusion energy.
You know, for 70 years, fusion energy has been that old joke. It's always 30 years away. Well, that joke is dead. That's not true anymore. The pace has absolutely exploded. In 2025, we have multiple labs that are consistently getting more energy out than they put in, and we already have commercial reactors scheduled to plug into the grid before this decade is even over.
And this isn't just theory anymore. This is real commerce. Get this, Helion has already signed a deal to sell fusion power directly to Microsoft. Commonwealth Fusion Systems has built the game-changing magnets that make it all possible. And TE is hitting the insane sunlight temperatures needed for fusion like it's a routine Tuesday. The race is on, and the finish line is coming up fast.
Just pause for a second and let that sink in. We are on the absolute verge of mastering the same physical process that lights up the stars. The potential here is almost impossible to imagine. Clean, limitless energy, cheaper than anything we've ever had, available everywhere on the planet, forever. This is how the age of scarcity finally ends.
So, let's bring it all together. What happens when you combine all of these revolutions? What happens when you have upgradable bodies, augmented minds, and autonomous AI partners, and you power that whole new world with limitless, clean energy?
This is the central idea. The very foundations of our existence, our biology, our intelligence, and the energy that fuels our entire civilization, they are all transforming from these random forces of nature that we have to deal with into systems that we can actively engineer. They are becoming programmable.
And that, of course, leaves us with the ultimate question. This incredible convergence isn't just changing the tools that we use, it's changing the tool maker. When we can program life itself, when we can directly connect our minds to machines, and when we can wield the power of a star in our hands, what does it even mean to be human anymore? What are we becoming?